ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits,
Am I Deadpool? Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Avengers Infinity War Toys R Us exclusive Scarlet Witch and Vision 2-pack. If you're trying to pick this up, you can get it on eBay, because it's a Toys R Us exclusive and no more freaking Toys R Us, so good luck in getting one. I have to give a big thanks to Xmanny87 for giving me the notification of this going up on sale at toysrus.com, so I really appreciate it, brother, and he's been helping this YouTube channel a lot by promoting on Instagram, so please check out Xmanny87's Instagram, link in the description below. He's posing figures all the time, and he has some great setups over there, definitely worth the follow. But I'm very excited to have this 2-pack, especially the Vision. You can see we get the Toys R Us exclusive little silver foil emblem right there. On the side you can see a beautiful image of Elizabeth Olsen playing Scarlet Witch, and then on the back you can see some product shots. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then we have Paul Bettany as Vision right over there, and then on the very top we get a little sliver window, and then not much at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's Scarlet Witch and Vision out of the packaging, and I'm so excited to finally have a Marvel Legends Vision figure. We could recreate so many scenes, man. Since Age of Ultron, I've been wanting a Marvel Legends MCU Vision, so we could recreate scenes not just from Age of Ultron, but from Civil War as well. And we have Infinity War, of course. So anyway, let's get a closer look at each of these. We'll take a closer look at Scarlet Witch, and then we'll get a closer look at Vision. I quickly wanted to throw a plug in for the ShartimusPrime Legendary Collector t-shirts. They are available at ShartimusPrime.net in limited quantity. So we get 2 new effects pieces for Scarlet Witch, which makes me happy. I am so stoked to have these. These are much better than the previous effects that we saw for Scarlet Witch. Oh, I mean, this makes a decent flame effect, but yeah, not for the magic effects. These right here really remind me of the effects that we'd gotten with the Hot Toys Scarlet Witch figure, so I'm very pleased to have them. And they are unique, you know, not the same exact thing right here. I like that a lot. And you can see that we have a little bit of a lighter color pink going through the center of them, and it gets a little bit darker towards the outside. I think that's great. So very beautiful translucent pink plastic right here. Very pliable, so you could just wrap it around one of her fingers or her hands. Not just one of her fingers, but yeah, you can just like weave it through her fingers and whatnot, and you know, it just makes it very easy to pose around. I don't really like how that looks so much, but you know, you can mess around with it quite a bit. I like that a lot. Now, one thing I absolutely love about this 2-pack is Hasbro has actually made both figures desirable because they have done a great job with the face paint on this figure. Now, it is the same exact head sculpt that we had gotten previously on Scarlet Witch. That's the same hair, and that is the same face, and this does not look bad. I still don't think this looks awful, but the photorealistic tech that they're using right here, that is just spot on. Elizabeth Olsen, they just nailed it. That is fantastic. I have no complaints with that at all. I think they did a really good job with this. That is beautiful. And I think Elizabeth Olsen looks great too. Like, obviously Scarlett Johansson, you know what I mean, that's my #1 pick, but you know, she's just right behind her. I mean, can you believe that she's the baby sister of these two? Oh my god, I feel so old. But anyway, looking at the hair, they did a good job. You know, this is the same hair that we'd seen before, but you know, I do like the lighter color. We get multiple tones here, so that looks really good. You can see a little bit of darker tone right there. So that hair color works out so much better than just, you know, this much darker brown. A lot more realistic. And here's the second set of Olsen twins. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Olsen, for, you know, not being stingy with letting us see the twins a little bit here and there. You know, and the rest of the figure is exactly the same as what we'd seen before. Not a whole lot to say over here. You know, legs and everything, you know, doesn't look bad, but it is the same figure. You know, just seeing them side by side right there. And looking up, they got that same metallic paint. Of course, the flesh tone is much lighter on this version, but yeah, it's the same thing. Even though I've reviewed this figure before, I'm going to go through that articulation really fast.
She has a neck hinge that moves upward that much, and it moves down that much, and you can move the head side to side a bit, and you get only a tiny bit of head tilt, and the shoulders move outward that far and down, and all the way around. Single jointed elbows, boo. Swivel at the elbow, swivels at the wrist, left side, side to side, right side, hinge up and down, diaphragm joint, and we get some pivoting at the diaphragm, crunches forward and back a little bit, hips move outward that far, she kicks forward, not back too much, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down, up, and of course that ankle pivot.
So So here's looking at the Vision head sculpt, and I think Hasbro nailed it. I love this Vision head sculpt. I don't have any complaints here. I think it looks fantastic. I'm very pleased. It does look like Paul Bettany as Vision. I like how the eyes came out, and the Mind Stone. Oops, almost called it a Soul Stone, but the Mind Stone looks really good right there. And then we get this metallic green color that comes around the sides. I like all the little details with the lines. Kind of missed the mark a little bit right there, so I did find a little detail, but it's a very, very minor detail. It doesn't bother me too much. At the top of the head, you can see a little bit of the reddish pink coming through, just a tiny bit. So maybe they could have added just a little bit more paint, but that's like, I don't know. Aside from a couple of minor things, I really think the head sculpt looks fantastic. I'm very pleased with it. And I like how the neck looks right here too. That works out really well. And then looking at the cape, I think this is an awesome cape for the most part. I feel like if I heated this up, it would move into position on its own and get more flush with the figure. So it's kind of like sticking up a little bit. I've seen some people pop this off, but I'm not going to try to at all. And I do like how the cape looks for the most part, but I just think they went a little too hard with the pink paint right here on the back. I like how it's sculpted though. You know, I think that looks really good, but I just think this is a little bit too strong. I wish it looked a little bit more faint like how it does when you look at it from the front. So that's how I feel like it should have looked on the back as well, but I mean that's only because they used translucent hard plastic for this cape, and that's why we could see the pink coming through the back right there. But very nice sculpted patterns right here. I really do think it mostly looks really good. You know, I'm pretty pleased with this. So, you know, and the fact that it's on the back right there, it doesn't really bother me too much. So I'm pleased with that, and I really like how the body mold looks too. I mean, we get this whole sculpted pattern throughout his suit, and it looks amazing. I love seeing this magenta color mixed in right here. I love that. Very, very spot on to how he looked in the movie. And then the arms look really good, and the gloves. And he does have interchangeable hands. He does come with 2 wide open hands, as you could clearly see. And then he comes with a pair of fisted hands. These are very easy to swap out. So I'm very happy that he comes with the extra interchangeable parts. You could see he even has thumbnails on there. That's really good. And then looking at the lower half of the figure, I really dig it. Very, very good. I'm liking it. The boots came out looking nice. This is awesome, man. I'm very pleased to have this Vision. They nailed this Vision. I'm glad that they actually took a while giving us a Vision, because I don't think we would have gotten a Vision that's this good if we had gotten one earlier. You know, Hasbro just keeps getting better with their figures. So for any other figures that we're hoping to see in plastic form, the patience, you know, it will pay off. Okay, so I did try heating up the cape, the front of it right here, and it did not settle into place. I even tried running it under cold water and smushing it against the chest. So, there's a little bit of space there, but not enough to really bother me too much. Anyway, you can move the head all the way up. You can't move his head all the way down. You get side-to-side motion right there, and no real head tilting. Shoulders move all the way up. They move down. You could rotate all the way. You get a full bicep swivel right there, and a double jointed elbow. That looks great. And then we get the hand swivels, and they hinge up and down, and it's like that for all 4 hands. And then you get a great ab crunch, and it does crunch back. I mean, you could get him into an awesome flying poses, and I love that everything's all sculpted out, nice detailed right here. You know, I love that metallic green. Anyway, we get a waist swivel, hips move outward very far, and I love that the legs come all the way together in the middle. That's awesome. I really like that a lot. And then he can move his legs back only a tiny bit, and he does kick forward, and he has some nice wrinkles in there. And then we get a nice swivel, and then we get double jointed knees. No boot rotation. Would have liked boot rotation, but his ankles will move down, and they do move up, and he does have the ankle pivot. Now, to measure out the height of Vision and Scarlet Witch, you could see that the Vision is standing just a little under 6.5 inches tall, and Scarlet Witch is just a little over 6 inches tall, and I really like the height difference between these two. I think that's perfect. And then here's the 2 movie Scarlet Witches side by side, and again, very much the same figure. I don't have that weird knockoff Vision figure that was like 7 inches tall. I don't know if that was a rejected Marvel Select figure. I don't know what the origin of that figure is. If someone could let me know in the comments, that'd be much appreciated. And then here's the MCU Vision and Scarlet Witch next to their comic book versions. We have the Toy Biz Vision, and then we have the Hasbro Scarlet Witch. And I think they did a great job interpreting this classic Vision look into an MCU form like that. I think that is just awesome. I would like to see Hasbro make a new classic Vision. That would be pretty cool to see. And again, I like the adaptation here with the Scarlet Witch. You know, some people don't like that the chest is showing, but I'm happy that we get to see the Olsen twins, because that's been a part of Scarlet Witch since the 60s. Please don't try to ruin it. It's been around like that for 50 50 years? And then I wanted to compare Vision to his Marvel Legends version of his papa and his grandpa right there. Well, this is a chameleon figure with the Tony Stark head sculpt. But yeah, I think these actually work really well as far as the scale goes. And then here's the Vision Scarlet Witch 2-pack figures next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Yeah, so you're really into green, huh? I've got way more green than that guy. That guy's nothing. He's just a child. I hope you guys stick around to the end of the video. I did take a lot of pictures of these figures. I did have a lot of fun with these, and I really appreciate it when you guys watch the videos all the way through. It really helps the channel out a lot, as well as hitting the like button, leaving comments, and subscribing, and make sure you hit that notification bell if you have not already. I really love this 2-pack. I really like it a lot. I mean, I don't really have many complaints. Little things here and there, like this whole thing with the cape, I mean, that doesn't even bother me. That actually looks to be sitting a little bit better right now as it is. You know, of course I want double jointed elbows on the female figures, but you know, I knew they're going to reuse that body mold, so I love what they've given us. They've given us some cool new stuff. I'm very pleased with this 2-pack, so thus it gets a Sud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know how you guys would rate these two figures. I'm very pleased with them, obviously, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at ShartimusPrime.net, and don't forget to follow me on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm gonna play with my toys today. Well, I don't care what my people say. I'm gonna play with my toys today. Can't have one, I gotta get them all. Time to make a trip to the local mall. Oh yeah!
That's crispy.
Hey, I'm ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face, I said my shot, your face, I said my shot,